when you look at what has happened to football in the United States, as again, soccer in the United States, we seem to never call it that because we have a little bit of a conflict with another thing that's called football. But when you think about it, shouldn't it really be called? I mean, this is football. There's no question about it. We have to come up with another name for the NFL stuff. Yeah. It really doesn't make sense when you think about it. It is really football.
What he's saying is wild, and we'll get to that. But is that the darkest he's ever painted his face? Look at his face next to the white of his shirt. That is wild that he's gone that dark. But what he's saying is arguably even wilder. For a second, I want you to imagine that Kamala Harris or Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said, hey, NFL, you don't get to be football anymore. I want soccer to be football. You sit down and shut up, you Bears or Giants or whatever. We don't care about you anymore. Soccer is the true American sport. They get to be called football. Can you imagine how Fox News would talk about that, JR, if he sided with soccer over American football?
He panders to anybody he's in front of. By the way, I think it's the Kansas City Chiefs special teams coach responded to Trump also talking about how he hates the kickoff rules in football now and how he should change this and change that and all this stupid things that he says. And that guy responded to, oh, you have it. My bad, I jumped ahead of you, yeah, didn't I? So he's already got folks that know what they're talking about, pushing back on his stupidity because Donald Trump is stupid, But also, what happened? You took what I was thinking, bro. He said, what happened to football in this country? Well, apparently football's turned into this guy's face. Man, it looks just like a leather brown football now. Man, pigskin is perfect actually for this little piggy. This guy continues to try and inject himself into things. Well, I thought we're supposed to separate politics from sports. This is where we go to have our respites. We don't want to deal with politicians all the time in sports. Shut up and dribble and shut up and go back to destroying the country.
I know, I love it. Oh God, it really does. It looks like the surface of the ball. Next time he says something, just tell him quiet, piggy skin. See what he thinks of that. Yeah, no, look, by the way, I don't care what they're called or whatever. I think you should call it whatever you want. I also think it's too late. The NFL is called football. It just is. Like you're not gonna switch that, man. That's too much at this point. You could also call soccer football. I don't have a problem with that. You can call it baseball for all I care. It doesn't matter. But it's a little bit too late on changing the NFL's name. So we don't really have time to talk about him accepting the Peace Prize. But that is so deeply embarrassing. That's what he's bought off for, by the way. He's willing to betray American football because they gave him a fake. It would be like if Crayola gave him a Peace Prize, or if Panera Bread gave him a Peace Prize. It doesn't mean anything and it has no prestige. And by the way, like of all of the organizations, at least Panera, as far as I know, isn't like associating with despotic regimes and setting up World Cups in places where thousands of foreign workers are gonna be murdered effectively to build the stadiums and everything. Of all of the places to give a Peace Prize, FIFA is perhaps least well positioned for it, JR.
It's
Final
crazy.
thought goes to you.
Yeah. Last thought here. This guy, he's like, I thought we were against participation awards. Conservatives, this guy's participation award #1. Also, look up these stories. There's multiple entities, multiple countries and leaders that have plans ahead for how they butter him up to get what they want from him. And all you got to pay is a couple $1,000 because he's a cheap date.
100%. It's like Apple did. You just slap some gold in front of him or whatever. What do you think I could get if I just gave him like a plastic bucket full of those like pirate coins, the like gold foil over chocolate? I bet I could get him to give me, I don't know, Washington Monument or something. I'm just like, hey, piggy skin, take this. It's shiny.
It'll be called Iadarola Monument from now on.
There you go. Oh. Anyway, we'll have a dragon coiled around.